Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We have this man back.
Hello.
You've not been on for a long time now.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So we did a video with Martin quite a long time ago, which was called Day with a Demon, I think it was, which we originally called it. Where basically we tracked his progress for a Golden Demon Day, watched him fall to pieces, enter in. Yeah. You picked up a bronze or a silver that day, I think. Or something like that. Yeah.
Squad. Yeah.
Which was really quite interesting, and a lot of people give us good feedback about that video over a year ago. We did lots of chatting and organising over the last sort of 12 months, obviously. DZ's become a thing, deployment zone's launched, we've been busy with that. And this hasn't happened as soon as I would have liked, but we've got there in the end. So what we've done, essentially now, is we've brought Martin on board.
Yeah.
You work for me now.
Yeah, if you want to put it like that.
I do want to put that. So Martin's now part of the team, which is really cool. And that's part of what this video is about, to explain to you what that means, what's coming, and what we're going to do with him, etc. Which is, I'm really excited by it anyway. So we'll see how well it goes, because it could be dreadful.
Yeah.
And the long and short of it is, we're looking at bringing essentially some painting-based content to the channel, some more hobby content that's not just battle reports or sit and talks, but some more stuff for people to learn from, to look at, to sort of be inspired by perhaps. Some guides, tutorials, that kind of stuff. There's no point in me showing you those guides and tutorials because I'm still learning from you myself. Yeah. So I thought, well, screw it, we'll stick this on camera. And you thought, yeah, actually, I want to be part of that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
so we'll fund you. You give us content. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's a winner.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, some of you would have seen the Day with the Demon video from before. Some of you won't. So what we're going to do to start with is welcome him and talk to you about your background basically with painting. Because obviously any random dude can come in and go, this is how you paint, and they might not have any qualifications to say that whatsoever, like me. So tell people about how you started, why you started, etc.
Yeah, so I started miniature painting when I was 13, 14, something like that. I just went down to the local Games Workshop store in Northampton and sort of quickly picked it up and sort of started painting stuff, and the staff, they were like, oh wow, that's really, really good. Can you paint the stuff for the cabinet? So they would give me all the new releases to paint, and I think they sort of bribed me. I think I ended up with like an Eldar Viper jet bike when it was released.
All right.
That was my payment for painting.
So you've owned Eldar?
Yeah, it didn't last very long. But I've owned a Viper jet bike, and yeah, they sort of said, they just sort of looked after me and stuff. So that was cool. So I ended up painting, the Catachan, the metal Imperial Guard stuff that came out, like the Catachans and the Valhallas and the Talons and all that stuff. So yeah, when they came out, I was painting all them. And the Necromunda gangs, the original ones, just for their display cabinet. So yeah, I started doing that, and then sort of got to 16, fell out of the hobby for a while, quite a while. I think it was about 10 years.
Beer and women become a thing.
Beer and girl sabbatical, as it is. I think most people have been sort of fell foul with that one. Yeah. And then sort of, I think it was Space Hulk in 2009. For some reason, I ended up going onto the Games Workshop website. I think I saw an advert for Dawn of War or something like that, the computer game. Yeah. So I thought, I wonder what's going on with that hobby. So I went on the website and I was like, oh my god, stuff's got so much better. Because there was like the Marnius Calgar and Terminator armor, and the Space Hulk was being sort of teased.
That was the one with the Gene Stealers and the new Blood Angels Terminators.
The Blood Angel Terminators, and they were sort of revealing one of the Terminators every day. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. I saw the one with like the ripped up Gene Stealer with like the spine hanging off the bottom, and I was like, that is amazing. And the girlfriend at the time, now my wife, she was like, what the hell are you looking at? Why are you doing this? Like, she had no idea that I've been into this as a kid or anything, and so she's like, what is this? So, stop being so silly, you're a grown man. I was like, no, but they're pretty, they're really, 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 really pretty. I've got to buy it. So I ended up pre-ordering a copy of Space Hulk, going down to Games Workshop in Northampton, and picking up. I was like, that's amazing. And then that was it, addicted, full on. Yeah. Plastic crack addiction, reignited. But
you went down a different route, right? So a lot of us who had a similar sort of story, we're down the gaming route predominantly. So we like big battles, games, we do battle reports obviously, and that's our sort of primary focus, or has been mine. And I think there is a larger majority where that's the focus. Yeah. But you went, nah, actually I fancy this painting bit a bit more.
Yeah, I was sort of preferred the painting stuff, and I think originally, once I got to sort of 16, I was like, I'm going to paint stuff for Games Workshop, and this is what I want to do, and I made some inquiries around that. I never ended up coming to anything, but it's just sort of do I really want to be gaming? I've played Space Hulk a few times, you know.
Yeah.
And the missus even said, "Oh, I really like this. It's really good."
And that put you off it straight away.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gaming anymore then." So that was it, done. I was like, "Right, I'll paint then on my own. Leave me alone. Can't sit and paint in my corner." So that was 2009. And then, just sort of fell back in love with everything, you know, and literally, it didn't help that the Games Workshop store was literally 5 minutes walk from where I was living.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
wow,
bored today.
Dangerous.
What am I doing? Back down the shop again, you know, I'm going to buy this. And so by sort of 2011, I was like, okay, painting, you know, stuff regularly. And there's a chap down at the shop who's been on the channel before called Darren. And he was sort of saying, oh, you know, you should enter Golden Demon and all this sort of stuff, and you know, come to Games Day and everything. And I was like, yeah, sod it, why not? You know,
yeah,
in for a penny, in for a pound. You know, why not? It's a good experience. And I sort of said to everyone, you know, if I make the first cut, I'll be really happy. And ended up with a bronze for Fantasy Monster for my Ragnarok Spider, and a gold in large scale model for like one of the Forge World Blood Angel dudes I did, a Death Company dude. So I ended up with 2 trophies, and I was like, oh, what the hell, you know, no idea.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, well, I'll do that again, that was all right. And then literally sort of just kept entering, kept trying to improve, and then it just sort of, it died. I sort of spent 5 long, barren years trophyless.
Okay.
And, but despite my sort of painting standards going up, so it was hard for me to sort of work out in my head and say, well, I won stuff with this. And looking back now, I look at it and think that's horrendous. But
by the way, his horrendous is our prestige level.
But literally, I mean, you know, I sort of speak to Mark Lifton a lot, and he's, you know, won sort of 30 demons or whatever it is. And you know, you look at his stuff that he was, you know, painting a long time ago, and he looks back and goes, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, because the standards just, you know, skyrocketed. So, you know, I look at the stuff that I won with back in 2011 and sort of compare it to the stuff that I'm doing now and that the community are doing now, and it's just, you know, chalk and cheese. But yeah, so 5 long years between then and 2016, where ended up picking up another 3 at Warhammer Fest, and then sort of back on the train. And but yeah, sort of a bit of a change of tack now, in that sort of, you know, competition painting and all the rest of it. I'm sort of moving away from that slightly, and now I'm starting a larger sort of army project.
Which is partly why we thought this might be the perfect time to pull him in and do this. So Martin's accolades, you've got a fair few, maybe not Liffey's 30, but you've got, what, 13, 14 trophies, something like that?
11.
All right, nearly. 11. Oh, close, all right, nearly. Try harder. Plus the coveted Slayer sword, which is incredible. Yeah. So he's qualified, I think you're qualified, Mr. Waller, to show us what to do. So he's qualified with his painting. If you're unsure, check out Martin Waller Figure Painter on Instagram, and there's loads of your work on there, right? Because you're a big Instagram poster, and you'll see. But Martin has applied to No Retreat 8. We're waiting on the invites to see if he's been accepted. I'd be very surprised if you've not been accepted. But that means painting an army. Yeah. So you're painting a Death Watch army.
Well, also it means learning how to play the game.
Oh, we can do that.
We can sort that out.
It's easier for you to learn the game than it is for me to learn to paint. So I've got the easier job. Yeah. So he's painting a Death Watch army for No Retreat 8, which is already looking really cool. So I thought this would be a great time to bring him on board. What we did do before Christmas, some of you will be aware, was we tried to launch your own Patreon page thing. Yeah. And you don't like managing that.
No.
You don't like the stress and pressure.
Yeah, I hate it. So it's just a lot of pressure, and not so much pressure from people, not externally. It's just pressure that I put on myself. It's like, I need to produce this, I need to do that, I need to do that, and it was quite detrimental to my well-being. I think.
So we had a little chat, and I am kind of used to managing this stuff now anyway. So I thought, well, why don't we bring him on board, bring him in as part of the team, create our own threads within Patreon for you and your stuff. And then maybe start videoing some painting tutorials. I've got all the kit and equipment. You've got the skill and the know-how. So we're going to have a go at that today. Not now, we're not going to go zoom in, but this is going to be the intro video, and the next one that comes up with Martin on it will be a painting tutorial. Now, it's either going to go really, really well, or it's going to be horrific, and we're going to have to work out ways to improve it. But that's what we're going to do. So there's a few ways we're going to go. We've got a couple of ideas for tutorials that we're going to do in the first place anyway. So for example, you've already picked up like loincloths and robes and flesh skin, which is something that people often ask you about.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just a canvas to show different techniques. So things like, you know, sort of blending and sort of contrast and things. You know, you can use like a loincloth or capes to show those sort of blending and feathering techniques and everything. So it's just trying to find, you know, not necessarily this is going to be how you paint a Imperial Knight, for example, but it'll be sort of, you know, this is how you blend and technique focused rather than actual sort of, you know, model focused. So.
I know there's some really cool stuff that's been going on Discord recently that people have commented on to me. For example, the airbrushing you showed for the stripe on the Redemptor. A lot of people
step-by-step stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of people thought that they would do it the opposite way.
Yeah.
I won't go into detail now because that will be a video because it makes sense to make that a video. It's already been on Discord. What Martin does is he takes currently stage-by-stage photos and gives a little bit of spiel as to how you do it, which is kind of how the videos are going to go. So we're going to basically almost Duncan-style video you painting, and I'll probably keep us both mic'd up because what will be easier is that I ask you questions and you answer them as you go, and then we should, because I'll probably have questions myself because I don't know what I'm doing that other people would want to ask. What we're also going to do in the future, with that also having some topics that we want to cover ourselves, I'd imagine we'll probably look at things like colour theory and stuff if we can be bothered, is we'll ask patrons specifically to give us sort of suggestions, requests, I guess is the best thing. Requests as to what they want to see. So you guys will be able to have a direct feed of, I want to see yellow power armour, I want to see faces, I want to see purity seals, I want to see gemstones, that sort of thing. And then what we'll do is we'll get the models together and we'll show it on camera, hopefully. And there'll be loads of little painting tutorials coming out, and I'm hoping it'll be really successful and great.
Hopefully, you know, people can learn from it, and you know, you can learn from it, and I can sort of share some of the, you know, the knowledge that I've picked up over the years. So, it'd be good.
So what we are going to do is we're going to get our hands on a load of sort of, I suppose, probably easy to build kits are the cheapest way of doing it. But like Primaris Marines and maybe some of the Death Guard stuff because they've got different sort of textures and bits to them. And just buy a load of plastic crack for you to sit and paint.
Stormcast Eternals, because they've got lots of cloth.
Yeah, anything. Anything we can get our hands on. I think like a whole, you'd probably be good to show them a whole Thousand Suns army. No?
I'll tell you what, if I finish my Deathwatch army in time, if I get selected for No Retreat, if I finish my Deathwatch army in time, then I'll tell you what, I'll do your Thousand Suns.
Well, that's because you know you won't do it.
No, the night before the flight, I'll still be going.
That was common on the Retreat 7. There was people like the day before still painting away on the group.
Back to the problems with competition painting, isn't it? Because same with Golden Demon, you're painting stuff the night before.
It's
just always the way. Some things never change, do they?
So for those of you who don't know, we as a channel have Patreon, and it is we now as a channel have Patreon, and you can join for various levels. So I think like $2 gets you Discord access. By the time this video goes live, we will have updated the levels and they'll be clearer. We're changing some of it a little bit because people aren't that fussed about the merchandise that we're offering out, which is a fair one, and it's hassle for us. So instead, those levels are going to give you access to certain threads for Martin to give you tutorials and techniques and stuff. And the highest levels will still give you the highest access, which will include direct feedback and one-on-one feedback and stuff like that from you, because you're happy to tell people where they're going right or wrong.
Yeah, always happy to speak to people about painting and, you know, giving feedback as to where they're, you know, going in sort of constructive feedback, not just me sitting there saying, well, that's crap, you know. It'll be constructive and give you ideas as to how and what they can do to improve. So yeah, anything we can do to create, because that's such a good community, you know, and everybody's sort of really on board and, you know, really sort of friendly and, you know, sort of, even I think it was going to that the No Surrender event. You know, just speaking and chatting to other patrons, it was really, really good. And I think that's what sort of tempted me back into the gaming side of things.
Yeah, so No Surrender was an event organised by two of the patrons up at Warhammer World. And it was only a mini event, so it wasn't like a massive 60 player. I think there was 14 of us off the top of my head. They did an amazing job, and it's because it works because it's an amazing community. So everyone's really supportive, everyone's sort of really involved. I loved it, it was awesome, and you walked away from that going, I want to play again.
Yeah, I want to play games.
Which is awesome. So Richie, you and the Claw are pretty much directly responsible for him painting an army now.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for that.
So yeah, check out
My
Patreon.
wife thanks you. Yeah.
I'm sure she's really happy with it.
She's well chuffed.
And making the whole J down on your first day off today and stuff like that.
Weekend in Gibraltar potentially.
She's
well happy.
So check out Patreon, see the levels. You might be tempted in to come and have a look. I'm sure Martin will still stick stuff up on Instagram. We'll chuck stuff up on the Facebook page. You can have a look at bits before. Maybe you take the plunge and you join. But basically, that's going to give you a lot more access. The platinum level, the highest level, will also give you a discount and early access to tickets for, we're going to set up painting classes.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this stage, not 100% sure exactly how it's going to look. I'd imagine we're looking at a day with sort of 10 people, I guess.
Yeah, I think 10's probably a good number. You don't want too many because you lose that sort of one-on-one thing, but you know, sort of then you've got anything less and it becomes logistically quite.
And we're going to be supplying the models, the paints, the brushes, etc. for that, for people to come and have a go with him. If you are a Platinum member in the Discord, what you'll do is you'll get early access to the tickets for those that we'll be selling through Moarhammer, and you'll get discount because you're a Platinum member, so you already pay a large fee monthly anyway, so why wouldn't you get discount for these one-on-one classes? And we're going to do hopefully classes that will cover different things. Some of them may have already been covered in these painting tutorials, but there is nothing quite like, having sat with you before, there's nothing quite like sitting with someone whilst they do it, so when you make your mistake, or they make their mistake even, and you watch how that's rectified. You don't quite get that from videos.
No, I think just sort of sitting and watching someone paint, as strange as that sounds, just sort of actually just seeing how people operate and, you know, just putting paint on a model, even how they thin paints or whatever. I mean, I did the same with Darren Latham, you know, sort of Matt Kennedy, all those people that were working up at the Heavy Metal team, sort of up at Warhammer World in the weekend masterclasses, and just sitting and watching how those people applied paint to a miniature just gave me so much. You know, and it was just such an eye opener to say, well, actually, that makes sense. That's how they're doing that. You know, brilliant. So yeah, hopefully, you know, I can try and sort of pass that on to another generation of
and what you said earlier is right. The standard of painting across the whole of the 40k, well, the Warhammer community, is amazing nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And you go to some of these events now, like and I know they've just stopped they've just done the last mini demon end of last year.
Yes, 40k Open Day was the last mini demon. I think they're still going to do painting competitions on the open days, but they're not going to be
demons,
golden demons.
So it's going to be even more fiercely contested than it ever was before, which means probably it'll push that standard up again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So this is a good place to start, I think, for certain techniques. Martin's showed me stuff before. You've given me hints and tips that I sometimes look at you and go, what are you like? What do I wash this gold with? Purple? What have you been drinking? But they end up looking amazing. So look out for the painting tutorials and the videos that are coming soon. If we get chance and it works, I might stick some stuff on the screen behind me, perhaps. Of your stuff and your work anyway. If not, like I said, check out Instagram. We've done a video with some of your stuff before. The Day of the Demon video is still on YouTube, so you can check that out. And hopefully look forward to some YouTube painting tutorial content that's not done by an idiot and is done by someone who knows what he's doing with a brush.
An idiot who can paint miniatures.
Yeah,
happy days.
Still an idiot, but
still an idiot
who can paint.
Yeah.
Rather than just any old idiot. Perfect. Short video, short intro. This is what's happening. This is what's coming. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Lots more different content in 2019. Still filming Battle Reports, still filming Sit Talks, still doing podcasts. Busy, busy, busy. Don't get a day off.
No.
I love it. So, stay tuned. Look out for the painting videos. Hope to see you in the Discord sometime soon if you guys choose to join. And we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers guys, take care.